Hey there, everyone. So one of the things that I've sort of become known for, at least on my Instagram handle, is posting about eBay auctions and talking about sort of inaccuracies or ridiculousness in what I see records go for, or in terms of how they are described in auctions, sometimes inaccurately, sometimes accurately, and it's actually the buyers who are ridiculous. And so I wanted to try to replicate that a little bit here for my next video. Without further ado, here's a few auctions that I saw today that surprised me. All right, so here's one I found on eBay the other day. Prayer to the East by Yusef Lateef. It says early press, but this cover, kind of looks like it's somewhat original. Has some wear to it, looking pretty good. Maybe some seam stuff, no big deal. But I'm curious if this is actually a early press or an original, and it looks like actually. So you see that ring that goes around, that like light ring? That does indeed mean that it is a second pressing. And if we look a little bit closer, there's no deep groove where the deep groove should be. So yeah, described accurately, this is indeed a second pressing. We can actually tell right down here, you see the RVG stamp though, so at least there's that. I'm sure it's going to sound great. And they described it accurately. The thing I suppose that the problem that I have with this one, I suppose, is just that it's well, one, okay, it's VG cover and VG plus disc, light surface marks, but the other is that it's sold for $332. It's not even original. I guess if somebody else is happy with it, this just seems to me like to be a kind of a crazy price given that it's just not given that it's not original. But maybe that's just me. All right, so moving right along, let's see what else we got here today. Oh, here we go. So you've got Coleman Hawkins, Hawkeye, says original vinyl, Swingville, mono RVG and VG near mint condition. Well, so I can tell you, first of all, this isn't original. This is a record, I forget the catalog number. I think it was like 7154, 56 or something like that. But it was originally released by Prestige, not Swingville. So this is a reissue just by definition. This is supposed to be on the yellow Fireworks label. You look at the red Swingville label, and that kind of looks like a shallow groove, deep groove to me, as opposed to the wide deep groove that this thing should have. There's this Swingville label, which is really just kind of the status label turned on its side. The thing I always worried about with these, especially with the shallow deep groove, is whether they're going to be hissy. Okay, doesn't appear to be much in the way of condition. Okay, they have it here. Cover's in perfect condition. Record has some long scuffs that are light, so should play fine. Original cover. This, first edition. This is not. None of this is right. This is originally released by Prestige, Yellow Fireworks. This is clearly not that. And we're moving on. And perfect. Yusef Lateef, Eastern Sound 72 stereo reissue. Hey, kind of looks like it from here. It only went for $22.39 though. But yeah, definitely reissue. You've got that kind of blue-toned cover. It's a stereo. Yeah, you can just you can tell. Yeah, yellow label. I'm sure the thing with this one, it probably sounds great. I'm just kind of surprised that it only went for such a low price. But yeah, 72 stereo. I don't know. Maybe there's something wrong with the condition here. I don't know. Let's see. Play it by ear. I don't know what that means. Jack and vinyl placed. Okay, that's your process. Okay, there's a lot of text here, it seems. Okay, yep. Lots and lots of text. Okay, vinyl is VG+, vinyl spin. Hairline scratches that result in VG plus fidelity with light, quite occasional ticky-tack? Ticky-tack? Are you kidding me? Jacket is VG with ring and rub wear around corners. I don't... And then, okay, and then we have the tracks. Like, great. I'm glad that you typed out the tracks in the description for us to see. Yeah, I don't know. When I see stuff like this, just using the wrong kind of language, it just makes me nervous. All right, anyway, next one. Coleman Hawkins makes someone happy. This is a stereo edition. I'm always skeptical of stereo prestige. Those things are hissy all the freaking time. And not much in the way. Okay, please zoom to see condition, which is fine. I guess I will do that. And oh my. Okay, there's a lot going on with this record. For it supposedly to be VG plus. Look at all these scratches. I mean, they even invited you to zoom in, and this is what you can see. Yeah, both sides seems to be covered. And that's independent of whether this thing actually has hiss or not. We have no idea. Again, it's an affliction that with so many of these prestige stereo releases. All right, last one. This one caught my eye because of that $334 price for a Jimmy Smith record. Ridiculous. I mean, let's take a look and see if it's at least original. Okay, I'm seeing frame cover, which is, don't get me wrong, it's hard to find. Lexington, Deep Groove, okay. Yeah, I mean, you know, this thing is looking like it's original, but... Okay, the formatting of these auctions is always a problem on mobile. It only shows you a bit of it, so you kind of have to like zoom out to see the whole thing. So what do we have? Okay, so I don't know. For me, VG Plus cover and VG Plus disc. I mean, I guess okay for the right buyer, and obviously the seller describes this thing accurately. That was just today. I mean, that was just like me after work scrolling recently sold eBay auctions and seeing what's happened. I mean, I look at these things because I like to make fun of them, but also I like to keep tabs on just what is the value of records these days. What are people paying for? I mean, it helps me as I buy, as I sell, and just get a sense of where the market's going. And it is it's pretty ridiculous. You don't even have to look for this kind of stuff. It happens all the time, and some of it is super egregious, and some of it is just, again, sellers are accurate some of the time, and it's buyers who are ridiculous. They just don't know. They're not doing the research, and so I don't know. I kind of love it. I think it in order to love it, you have to get smart about some of these details, so that you just know what you're buying. But anyway, hopefully you enjoyed this, and I'm sure that there'll be more to come because this sort of thing happens every single day. So thanks everyone, and I'll see you next time.